stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no. They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no.
Hello and welcome back to We Are Mighty. How are you doing? We are into 2026. No, I'm not going to say Happy New Year again. How's the last couple of weeks been treating you? Are you working on that journey? You're working on the positivity and trying to move away from the depression and the anxiety and the everything that wants to bog you down about this journey of dealing with grief and sadness. Well, I hope you did well. I'll be honest, the last week hasn't been that great for me. It's crazy. Of course, you know, when you make the declaration, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be more positive. Everything's going to be all right. Something has to come to challenge it or change it, or I don't even know what to call it. All I know is this grief journey is just crazy. It's bananas. And there's no way to predict what'll happen next. There's no way to control it. No matter what angle you try to go from. For instance, just this past week, I had a day that, it was a stressful day at work, but my work is stressful, so I don't feel like that's an excuse. But for some reason, my son was just heavy on my mind. And it made everything else overwhelming. Like everything just seemed to just hit me at once. I had to pick the baby up from a different place than normal. He was at a basketball game with his sitter, and her grandson was playing basketball, and so I told her I'd pick him up from the school because they had an early game, and I had to go inside to pick him up, and I couldn't find him. It was crazy. I actually walked past them and didn't even realize it. And so that irritated me. Then it was like my husband needed me, my son needed me, everybody needed me at the same time. And I'm driving down the street and the baby starts crying. He barely cries. Well, not this day. He's crying. He's just getting so upset. I literally have to pull into a parking lot and cry with him. Like this, it was just such a frustrating day, and just everything. It was like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And, I'm usually not that person. I can stay calm and, okay, figure this out, take care of this, prioritize, whatever. Not this day. And the tipping point, honestly, I was running an errand with the baby in the backseat, kind of fussy, and I passed the cemetery. Just happened to be on my route. Now, this is after work, and right now in the winter, it's pretty dark after 5 anyway, so I couldn't see anything. It was just that place. And it was just darkness when I looked that way, and I guess that's all I needed to really tip me over the breaking point. And it was a day. And then even as the week went on, it wasn't as intense, but I had this feeling, something just didn't feel right. I felt off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I even had to lead a song at church, and literally, we have a countdown before our service starts, a 5-minute countdown, 90 seconds before we were starting, and I was the first song. One of my fellow praise team members was hugging me because I was having a full-on panic attack. I was in tears. Like, what is going on? And I just had to take a deep breath and be like, God, you're going to have to handle this because I'm trying and I don't know what to do. I don't know. I've been trying to stay on this positive kick and stay with, being a beacon of light or something. And while I'm being there for everyone else, it is kicking my behind. Someone who was close to my son passed away recently, and it kind of hit me hard because he was like an uncle to my son, and I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a lot, and I'm in the back of my mind saying we're gonna stay the course. We're gonna stay positive, as I've got tears streaming down my face as I'm thinking about another year without my son, another missed opportunity, just there were so many things that just this past week has been a doozy. That's the best way I could put it. It has been a doozy. Now today, I've been in a better mood. I've been more positive and, actually feeling like I said I was going to try to exemplify more of for the year. So once again, it's the ups and downs. That's this stupid journey. I hate it, but there's no way out of it. So just got to ride those waves when they go up and when they go down. I feel like since I've started this podcast, and it's funny because not a lot of people that I know that I have it, even though I talk about it sometimes. I know not enough. I figured I'd say that because my engineer says I don't talk about it enough. But anyway, it's like since I've done this, or maybe since losing my son and people seeing me on social media, I have been treated like I am the grief guru, if you will. There are some people that I know that have suffered some great losses, lost parents, lost close loved ones, and they are sending me like DM messages. And hey, what should I do in this instance? And every time I get one of those messages, I'm like, why are they sending this to me? Do they realize I'm still over here struggling? I'm still going through it just like they are? But I still try to give them the best advice that I can. Things that I say here, things that I say to myself. How can you get back to yourself? I don't know that you can get back to that self because they're not that person anymore. You guys have heard me say it. Or how do you move forward with this? And I've thought about the fact that my life, someone called me a community activist. I mean, I guess so. But I know that my life is super busy. It just is. I have something going almost every night of the week. I'm involved with things, church, award show. I'm in a band. And I've got a baby. I've got a husband. Life is lifing, and extracurriculars, curriculum. We'll give it that. So for me, and I can only speak for me, it's difficult to allow the grief to pull me completely down, because as much as I didn't want it to, as much as I tried to fight it, as much as I tried to stop it, life still goes on. and life has to go on. And because of the way my life is, it can't go on with me in the state of complete depression. And that's why I say that I am in what I call functional depression, because I'm pushing myself. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm putting on that brave front. I smile, I laugh, I joke, but I still grieve. There's probably not a time that I'm not actually grieving, but I have to, I guess, put it on the back burner. And that's the only way I can explain it at this point, because I can't say that it's gone even for a short period of time. It's always there. It's always in the back of my mind. I think that's why I can so easily sit here without a script. I may think of what I want the topic to be, and sometimes it changes by the end of the podcast. But I think that's why I can sit here and just talk to you for 30 minutes about the journey, about the grief, because it never goes away. So I don't want to give you the false hope of it going away, but I do want you to be hopeful that you can suppress it a little bit, that you'll be able to get to some point of normalcy. And it may not be the normal that you were previously used to. You may have to realize, and I hate the phrase, especially since losing my son, but you may have to realize, what is your new normal? What is it that you have to do now to be able to go day by day? Because in some instances, if you let that grief take over, you'll be in a position where someone else is grieving you. Let's just be real about it. It can be crippling. It can put you into a place that you may not know how to get out of if you don't prepare. And I don't mean prepare for losing someone. I mean, once you've lost someone, you have to prepare for how you will live day by day. How am I going to do this without that person? As a mother, whenever something important happened, I would text my kids. Hey, guess what? Guess what Mama did today? Guess what happened, or who I saw? And there are times when I catch myself still wanting to text my kids. Sometimes I do send a message to my son's Snapchat or even his Instagram. It's still there. I haven't, I don't want anybody to deactivate it, I guess. Maybe one day. And it's weird that it's still there. No, there's no updates. Nothing changes, but part of the thing that I do just to help me live day by day. Of course, I talk to him all the time. I just look up and say something. It's whatever works for you. I had the book that I mentioned a while ago that says, dear son, comma, and then I think at the end, it also says in the title, like, love me or love mom or something like that. That used to be my outlet. I would literally write letters to my son. It started off being an everyday thing, every day. And then it got to maybe once a week, maybe once or twice a month. And I remember when I look at it like, wow, I've gone this long without writing in this journal. And I believe it's probably been almost a year now. And I don't know how I feel about that because I wanted to, continue to write things to him. But then it's like, what do I plan to do with it? Is it really bad that I don't write in it anymore? I mean, I can go back and write something. Like I could write something as of today, but then am I going to go back to it tomorrow? Who knows? Because I'm trying to actually live life. So is that a bad thing? Or is that what that was designed for? Because it's really just a bunch of blank pages to say, dear son, hey, I just want to give you this information. So I don't know if it's bad or if it's growth. I just stopped picking it up. And then ran across it one day and said, my goodness, I haven't written in this thing in I don't know how long. Where would I even begin? There's so much that I could have written over the course of a year. But do I need to? That's why it's good to have multiple outlets, I guess. Multiple ways of dealing with it, because you may just not be in the mood to write. If you're someone who has a journal or who journals, you might not be in the mood to do whatever it was that you had become accustomed to once you get to a certain point in your journey. So what is the outlet now? What do I do to help deal with the grief? Do I need to do anything? Do I need to say anything? Now, I'm not going to say that I don't do anything, because I think that's my biggest fear of losing his memory if I don't do something. And my therapist tells me that that's not the right way of thinking, that I will always have his memory. But if I'm not doing something, I'm just so afraid that life is so busy that it becomes mundane. And I don't want the fact that my baby was here, that he impacted so many people in just 24 short years. I don't want that to become mundane. I don't want to downplay that. I will forever be his mom. I don't like that forever 24 stuff. It's just awkward to me. But he's forever my baby. I gave birth to him. I raised him. I watched him grow into an amazing young man. And unfortunately, I saw his life cut short. Cut shorter than I would have liked it to be. Because again, nobody promised me a certain number of years. I would have loved to have more. I would have loved to see him as a father. And sometimes I think about what kind of father he would have been. Because I know how he was with he had God kids already. And he loved them so. Took care of them. I don't even know where I was going with it. There's that grief. So what do you do? What is your outlet? Do you journal? Do you record? I mean, some people do voice recordings. And if you journal, Do you go back and read it? That is my thing. It's even when I just had my own personal journal, I never go back and read it. Does that defeat the purpose of journaling? Or is it just, let me get this out there, it's there, if I ever decide I want to go back and read it? Or is it literally that we're supposed to go back and learn something, or, I don't know, see an insight from what we wrote? I feel like once I put it onto paper, it's kind of a release. And that's the same with this podcast. Once I have recorded it and put it out there, it's a release. I hope it helps somebody. I hope people watch it, listen to it. But do I go back and watch it myself? I don't, because it can be difficult for me. Some of those days I just don't want to relive. Even the days that I record, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go see the pain. And then sometimes I think maybe it would be good to go back and see how far I've come from, the first few episodes. Really how this journey has developed, I guess. Progressed. That's the word I want to say. How I have progressed on this journey. So maybe I will go back and look at a couple. I also don't want to be too repetitive, so. But I still don't think I'm a guru at this thing. I don't know if anybody can ever be that. Asking me questions sometimes can become a trigger, but I just use that to help someone else get through it. I've started this thing where right now I'm just doing it with women, but I identify women in my life who may be going through something. It may not be a loss of a loved one. It may just be, that they're feeling the best, or they're down, or, lost a job or something like that. And I just pick someone at random. It's not even at a certain days interval or any of that. And I just go to Amazon and I find like one of those sets, like pick me up, I guess you could call it. Like the last one I did, there was candles and a book and a blanket that was like, this blanket is a hug from me to you, and coffee cup, one had a tea bags in it, and relaxation things. And I just randomly send it to their homes. They don't know what's coming, and I may put a nice message in there, from LaTanya. And I don't do it for any recognition or anything of that nature. I just trying to be that ray of sunshine, because I know how difficult it is when you're caught up in that depression, or you're caught up in that sadness, caught up in that grief. Just hope for a few minutes it's something that makes her smile, that makes her forget or put on the back burner the negative things that are going on in her life at that time. And I've gotten good responses from it. I've only sent a few, but it's something that I want to do on a regular basis. Just randomly send things to people to uplift them, because I truly want to be on a more positive journey. I'll still be a grief guru, I guess. I'll still share what I can. I'll share what I know. But I also want to be that ray of sunshine, because I don't want to add so much to the sadness. And I know if I get to the point where I'm sharing what I went through in my grief journey, that it could bring someone down. And I don't want to do that. So I guess that's my way of balancing it out. The grief guru. Maybe that's what I should have named this. No, we know it's We Are Mighty for a reason. I could never have imagined, if you go back to when this first happened, I would have never imagined that I was here. I would be here eventually, trying to help people, trying to live out this grief journey in front of the eyes of who knows who. But I'm thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for an outlet, a way to release, and a way to help others. So that's why I ask, if you'd like to be a guest, please email me, wearemighty24@gmail.com, because it may help you to talk about it. It may help you to put it out there and leave it. You may get to where you're feeling better a little bit quicker than expected. I definitely feel like it's helped me. So please feel free to reach out. Also, as I've stated, if you have a topic you'd like to see me talk about, since I'm apparently a grief guru, go ahead and shoot that in an email. Let me know. I'm here. We are here every other Friday, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on Spotify and YouTube and see my ever-changing hair, my life after locks. I'm having fun with it right now. And remember, in everything that you do, everything, be true to yourself, be strong, and be mighty. We'll see you next time.
They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no. They won't stop me now, they won't stop me now, they won't stop me, no.